mental health and well-being, my weekly insights. Now, are you struggling to know how to structure your day? Working from home to increase your productivity. Now, this is something that I wanted to revisit, as I am still finding, whilst talking to many people, they are still struggling with structuring working from home. I too have my days and have to revisit and evaluate my routines on quite regular basis. I also thought that this is a really good time for this post, purely because right now, once again, there are so many changes happening with redundancies, loss of jobs, not being able to go into work, and obviously restructuring your work-life balance at home. As you may be aware, we may more likely be going into another big COVID wave, and we need to prepare ourselves if there is going to be another lockdown. So how are we going to structure our working habits? So are you still feeling overwhelmed? Well, don't worry, 10 simple steps coming up just for you to think about. Now, even though we have had the lockdown, and many of us have had to make these drastic adjustments to the way we work, there are still challenges, and that is absolutely normal. It is how we look at the situation and look for the possible solutions rather than the negatives in the situations. So, as we know, there are still a lot of changes coming up in the next few months, as I mentioned earlier, and we need to be thinking about how is it that we can work more productively from home. So by looking at alternative ways of thinking. So structure is very important, along with the ability to be flexible and not too hard on yourself. So let's dive in. While working from home comes with many positives, such as cutting out the daily commute, giving you a bit of extra time in the day, it can also present its own challenges, as we are very much aware. The potential lack of routine and structure, often a consequence of an at-home office, can leave you struggling to work more productively. Now, I'd like to share some top tips to boost your efficiency by adding some structure to your day, but as you're working from home. Remember, each individual is unique. Now, number one, maintain your normal morning routine. Try and stick to the same morning routine that you would normally follow if you were going to work. Simple things like getting up at the same time as you would normally will also really help maintain your rhythm, your internal body clock, and it will help boost your mood and alertness throughout the day. Believe me, I know this because I let mine slip, and now I'm kind of getting back to it. Similarly, going through the same daily motions of having a shower, brushing your teeth, getting dressed is a great way to shift you to your working mindset and prepare you for the day of the work ahead. Number two, fuel yourself. And what I mean by that, have a good breakfast to help set you up for the working day. Aim to include at least one of your five a days in your breakfast. Your fruits, vegetables, or even fruit juice. So try to opt for the whole grain options like oats, sourdough, bran flakes, brown bread, eggs, yogurt, to ensure that you're getting wholesome, nutrient-dense food. Nourish your mind and body throughout the day. That is absolutely key. So the third one, set up your work area. Now, I've spoken about this quite a lot. So setting up your work area, working from your bed or your sofa may sound inviting, but think about whether that will really help your productivity levels. Set a boundary and have a space at home that you can use as your office. So by creating a dedicated office space in the home will help keep those work-life boundaries in place. It's important to set up your workspace efficiently and clutter-free so that you will be able to concentrate and keep distractions to the most minimum. If it is possible, that is, try to assign a room or at least an area of your home to do your work in, because this will help to minimize blurring between your work and home life, enable you to set clearer boundaries between the two. Before starting for the day, ensure you have everything you need in that room, or have it as easily accessible as possible to reduce unnecessary time spent searching for things and possibly getting sidetracked, as we know. Well, I know that I get sidetracked easily. So just like you would do in an office, have easy access to a glass or a bottle of water at your desk. Staying hydrated is vital for maintaining concentration levels, but also good for your health, as we know. Right, tip 4, establish your boundaries. Try to maintain the normal start and finish times. Avoid continuing work or looking at your emails outside of your usual hours. Okay, so put time frames on that. Once you've finished for the day, clear and put away anything you've been working on. If you find yourself working beyond your normal working hours, arrange to do something such as calling a friend or a family member, or even take some time for yourself to relax. Shortly after you should have, finished working. Even go and make that cup of tea, because this will help you not to overwork, and it will help you to switch off and unwind from that busy day that you would have had. Right, number 5, be smart. Yes, schedule your day to capitalize on when you're most productive. Assign your harder tasks, which require more concentration, at the times of the day when you're normally the most productive, saving those easier tasks for any slower parts of your day. So that avoids the procrastination habit. So, for example, if you're not a morning person, start with your easier admin tasks before tackling the more difficult things, to allow you to become awake and get into the rhythm of your work. Prioritize your tasks. So the to-do lists can be fun, and there's no denying the satisfaction that comes with just ticking things off. I mean, I absolutely love just ticking something when I've done. Sense of accomplishment. Be critical and prioritize your tasks based on your energy levels throughout the day, because your energy levels may vary differently throughout the home working day compared to a normal day when you're in the office. So try to schedule those important tasks when you feel most productive. So, number 6, schedule check-ins. So set up a specific time for maybe team meetings or a chat with your manager or someone else, whether this is communication through instant messaging, a phone or Zoom, Skype, voting. It doesn't matter. It's important to set aside a specific time of the day to catch up and ensure you are up to date with your colleagues. Not only that, but having scheduled calls and catch-ups will also help to add some structure to your day and ensure that you stay connected. So something which is really important if you're working at home on your own all day. 7, manage your email activity. Having your emails popping up whilst you're trying to concentrate on an important piece of work can be distracting. So just as it can be in the office, you can find yourself quickly completing or going off task despite thinking that this email will only take a few minutes to reply. Believe me, I've done that all the time. So I have had to switch off my notifications. So if possible, and in agreement with your managers, assign specific times of your day by reviewing and responding to your emails. So talk to people. Outside of these hours, mute notifications or shut down your email apps. This will enable you to focus on the hard tasks in hand and maximize your productivity on the task. Tip 8, don't forget to take a break. It is very easy to get engrossed in your work and go just a little bit more, especially without those social cues of people getting around you. and you can easily find yourself having completely forgotten to move in the last few hours. And I do this all the time. So I now have to set an alarm clock for myself. The effectiveness of taking small breaks away from your desk in terms of health as well as your productivity levels has shown by studies on numerous occasions. So be sure to allocate that time in your day to have a break. If you think you'll forget, as I said before, set an alarm. If your break is normally over a tea time or or coffee with ones of your co-workers, schedule this in. Give them a quick call or a quick Zoom and have it across that. It's fantastic. Just give it a shot. Now, having this short social interaction will help you feel more connected and less isolated when working from home. Tip 9. Get outside as much as you can. So while the current situation we're in may make this challenging, try to get out or get as much fresh air as you can during the day, even if it's stepping out of the door just for a breath of fresh air. Avoid being at your screen all day, and if you have a garden, make the most of it. Obviously, weather permitting. Now, you can take some of your calls outside, even better if you can walk around your garden while doing so. As research shows, that by walking both in real time and shortly can boost your creative thinking. So working from home may not be as easy as you think, but following should be able to help you create your own structure of the day so that it ensures that you work effectively, productively while you are at home. Finally, tip 10, patience. It takes time to adjust to a different type of working and a new home-based routine. This is all about mindset. This is particularly so if you're having to juggle childcare, homeschooling, or if there are others in the house to take into account. So just be mindful of your normal working hours and communicate with your line manager and other colleagues so that you can establish the best routine for yourself. So remember, don't try to do all these tips at once. Start with one that you know that you can make a go of, and then slowly feed in the other changes into your structure. So get comfortable with one or two first and see how that plays out. Now do let me know your thoughts on this video and the tips that I've shared with you. If you're someone that has already established your home working structure, let us know about it. What have you done to make this work for you? So share your top tips so that we can help each other. Do you want to know how I might support you? Then you know what? Just jump on a call with me and let's have that chat. No obligation.